The GAC Sports Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Great American Conference.
From the Bruin Fieldhouse in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, this is the 2018 Great American Conference Basketball Championships. Hello, friends. I'm Paul Smith. We have 3 quarterfinal matchups in the books with 1 more to go. It is a Battle of the Ravine matchup between Henderson State and Ouachita Baptist. A great one coming, and with the call at courtside, Joey McWilliams, Michael Westbrook. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you, Paul. Our final game of day 2, final game of session 2, as we have a rivalry matchup within the GAC. Big one tonight as we are looking to close things out with a bang. And why not with 2 schools that are separated by, well, just a little walk in the park, I believe. Henderson State and Ouachita. And the starting lineup's being introduced now, so let's go ahead and get those to you. As Ouachita, the number 6 seed, wearing the road black uniforms. Starters look like this. A 5'6" freshman guard from Latvia, number 5, Maya Gertzone. A 5'10" senior guard from Siloam Springs, Arkansas, number 13, Morgan Miller. A 5'10" sophomore forward from McGehee, Arkansas, Shakila Begnode, number 21. A 5'8" junior guard from Malvern, number 23, Olivia Huell. And a 6'2" senior forward post player from Hot Springs, Arkansas, number 33, Corey Bullard. Ouachita coached by Gary Crowder. The number 3 seed, Henderson State, wearing the home white uniforms tonight, is the higher seed. Starting lineup looks like this. A 5'9" sophomore from Fayetteville. A guard, number 2, Pink Jones. A 5'8" sophomore guard from Conway, Arkansas. Number 3, Haley Estes. A 5'9" sophomore guard, again from Fayetteville. Pink sister, Blue Jones, wearing number 5. Number 10, a 5'6" senior guard from Greenwood, Arkansas, Haley Henson. And a 6' senior forward from Fairfield, Texas, number 33, Bree Bozier. It'll be number 33 jumping center against 33, and game number 8 of this tournament is underway as Corey Bullard controls the tip, and Ouachita will get things going here. Bullard on the inside, guarded down low, and on the inside by Henson. They kick it back around. Estes comes out, drawing Bullard. And I know we'll talk about her a few times as she is a senior. The Corey Bullard book, at least the college level, maybe wrapping up sometime soon. And we are glad to get to broadcast her. Ouachita with an offensive board and the opportunity to maintain possession. Henderson State, there. Yeah, nice block there. Henderson State's going to keep it. And just like that, Pink Jones to the house.
Well, if you're Ouachita, you've got to keep up with pink and blue in the white tonight, because obviously those 2 players are a huge part of what Henderson does. Morgan Miller's going to see a little more playing time tonight. Let's see how she fares. But you mentioned Bullard, and there's Miller. I think those 2 are key. They have played here for Ouachita for several years. They're veteran players. Some younger players like Gerson have stepped up and played well this year, but it still comes down to veteran leadership in tournament play.
Well, how about that? Sophomore Pink Jones taking it to the rack again. Left side again, and she puts Henderson State back on top for 3. Long range 3, Olivia Huell.
I'll tell you, I saw Ouachita warm up this morning. They had their shoot around. We got here early enough to watch a little bit of that, and Olivia Huell was knocking down almost everything she took.
You know, on paper, you definitely think Henderson State has the advantage, and a nice drive in. Haley Henson, and what a career she's had for Henderson State. The senior puts in her first 2 points of the evening. It's tied up at 6 apiece. I just don't think you can ever count out a rivalry game. And you're right, as Ouachita, a fairly solid warm-up today. You never can take can't take everything off the warm-up, but if they're draining shots like that, you think it may follow. High-paced game. This time it's Blue Jones, left side, count the basket, and she's fouled.
Well, you're mentioning Henson a moment ago. Remember, there was a period of time where Henderson basically just recruited Greenwood, Arkansas. They brought in several players from Greenwood. Henson's one of those. And again, veteran leader, one of these players that is going to see a lot of minutes in this game. And she got hurt during the Ouachita game earlier in the year, so good to see her out there playing well.
Offensive board off the missed rebound, or missed free throw. Outside, Blue Jones for 3. That one comes up off the front iron. Rebound, Gertzone will take it up. And the pass is inside, not handled very cleanly. Stays with Begnode, and she's able to let the offense reset. Now she's going to back down again. Draw the foul from Estes. And slow things down for just a little bit. Quick pace here in the early going. Michael, we did not see this in the previous game.
No, we really didn't. Of course, Harding with all their big post players wanted to lock down, play a slow game, and that's what we saw. Much faster paced game in this one.
Well, Coach Thomas, as we see the Jones sisters on defense right now, I think that was a big recruiting win. And players, not just but players you can build around. And they're coming into their own also in their sophomore year. You know, this Henderson State team is, foul is charged that time to, foul's charged to Bozier. I saw the 3 up on the board earlier, and they made it a 33 there, so it's charged to Bozier. It's a Henderson State team that really, did not change its roster from one year to the next. It's the same group of girls, and it's going to look very similar next year, too. A couple of noticeable absences, one of those Henson, but, Coach Thomas has built on this, and they have seen the results of it this season. 15 GAC wins, 16 actually. They crossed the mark at 15. That set the new record. They finished the season 16-6 in conference play, a record since they've been in the GAC. Nice board pull down by Hanson, tied up, and possession arrow will favor Henderson State. I just, as you see Coach Jill Thomas there, I don't see the ceiling right off the bat.
Well, as Troy Mitchell just texted me before the start of the game, from 20 to 20. From 20 losses last year to 20 wins this year. What a turnaround.
We see Pink bringing the ball up the court. Silly foul. Gertzone coming in, a little double team there, and Jones has been more successful closer to the basket tonight. They foul her away from it. Pink will take a seat, as will Bree Bozier, checking in now for Henderson State. We see Estes come back in, and also tonight Carrington Whaley, freshman from Springdale, Arkansas.
We saw Bullard post up a moment ago. Bree Bozier with 43 blocks this season is the 4th most at Henderson. I would think that Ouachita could try to post up inside again when they get the ball back with Bozier on the bench.
Nice move by Haley Estes as she comes back off the bench. And she's got points on the board. Henderson State back up.
It's a rush shot there.
Mentioned Henderson State, 20-20, 20-8 this season. 20 wins, 8 losses, 16-6 in the GAC. That was good enough to finish 3rd. You know, really, there was just no way around it. Say it was Southwestern's year this year. Even with a couple of stumbles near the end of the season, still 20-2 in the GAC, the regular season champions. And it's just tough to get around Arkansas Tech.
Yeah, you're right.
Winner of this game, by the way, will draw Arkansas Tech tomorrow evening. We have a foul away from the ball. Down low, it's going to stay with Ouachita. This one going against the Reddies. High inbound. Chastity Davis, by the way, in the game for Ouachita. That's her shot down low. Davis, a sophomore from Springdale. Pink drives in. She's fouled. She'll go to the line. Timeout on the court as we've reached the media timeout here in the first quarter. Henderson State on top by 2. Let's take a break. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
The running of the Bulldogs? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Aaliyah saved by switching to GEICO.
Henderson State with the early advantage here. You mentioned the record, talking about Ouachita's record as well. 14-14 overall, 10-12 in the GAC. I think they're in the minority that they weren't 8-14.
Right.
4 teams, 8-14 this year. And Henderson State just a couple of games, Ouachita just a couple of games above that.
I'll tell you though, Ouachita was a couple of wins away from being right at the top, a couple of wins from being right away down at the bottom. So it was a little bit of an up and down year. Henderson having a great season.
Well, Pink Jones going to the line where she makes the first. I think, even though these two teams have seen each other already twice this year, still in Bartlesville, it's a different feel, and for some of these younger players, you have to find your legs here. First quarter, a nice time to feel each other out. Nice look on the right baseline. Shot no good from Brittany Branham, the junior from Greenwood, Arkansas. Well, Michael, if your budget allows you to travel only to Greenwood, then, you have to get the best players while you're there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know the recruiting budget's a little bit higher than that, but still. Branham. And that's a nice defensive look down low. Didn't matter. She was posted up on. And a pass shot in.
Eden Crow, a freshman from Texarkana, Arkansas, with the basket. She's really good when she can straighten up and get close to the rim.
The underside of the basket wide open for Whaley. And she got around the defense. I think her eyes got a little bit bigger. She was all alone. Nice reverse layup. Henderson State on top by 3.
They have to get Begno involved. She had a career-high 27 points the last time these two teams played each other.
Shot clock winding down now. And a three-pointer left wing, a little too strong. Begno not able to get that one to fall. And so Henderson State will take this one in. These two teams have met each other a number of times. But this will be the first time in just about 40 years that the two schools have met 3 times in a single season. How about that? You have to go back to Arkansas Intercollegiate Conference days, the old AIC.
Wow.
Henderson State took care of business twice against Ouachita until the district tournament. And Ouachita victors there in the district tournament. That's when it counts. Just like tonight, this is when it really counts. Games during the regular season get you in position to make a run here. Nice shot by Bozier.
Henderson shooting the ball really well right now. 7 of 11 from the floor, 63%. Three freshmen on the floor right now for Ouachita.
And a nice basket as well. Good shot by Crow, one of those freshmen you mentioned.
Clay and Gerson on the others.
Texarkana, Arkansas. Been there?
I have.
Nice job by Crow. Beneficiary of a ball that just happened to wind up at her feet. And she was fouled as she took the ball down the court. There's Coach Gary Crowder. His Tigers down just 3 points now and have the ball. Michael, you've had an opportunity to broadcast the Ouachita games this season. What stands out to you about this team, especially in the latter part of the year where you get ready for conference tournament play?
Well, they're still a really young team, first of all. Talk about Ja'Kai Clay and Eden Crow. Gerson, a freshman point guard. I think Gerson came into her own a little bit later in the year. And again, you're seeing this without Bullard on the court right now. They've adjusted their lineup quite a bit. I think it just took them a while to find their footing with, again, a young team.
Well, enough to make it here to Bartlesville, and Crow, an opening jumper about 12 feet good, up and over Blue Jones. Tigers back to within one.
Now, Olivia Huell's a junior, but she's only been on the team for 2 years, so that's another one that hadn't had a lot of experience in the Ouachita system. Bozier wants that one back.
No doubt. Well, you talk about time in the system, and that's pretty much what every player for Henderson State has had.
Yeah.
Had a chance to visit with Coach Jill Thomas a little earlier, and actually before the season one of the times that we had talked, and that was such a big deal because you don't have to adjust your practice times. You're so much at the start of a new season, you get the new players in, and you have to, show them the ropes, things like that. Not so much. I mean, they can go right into solid practices right off the bat, which is what they did, and they didn't have the disadvantages early on.
Yeah, and you can't go back and think what would have been, but Henderson's had such a great year even without the services of Tori Thompson for a lot of the season. She's on the sideline with a knee injury.
Took the benefit that time of likely travel from Estes that wasn't called. The crowd a little bit alarmed by that as well, but she missed the layup. Tigers with a chance now to take the lead, though. Yeah, a very good player in Thompson, and watching on from the side right now.
Watch out.
Defense holds for Henderson State. A little bit of difference between the shot clock and the game clock here as the first quarter is winding down. And there's the travel. Lainey Snowden dribbled a little high and lost control of it, so Ouachita looks like it will get an opportunity. One last shot. Snowden, by the way, a freshman from Van Buren, Arkansas.
Reddies have gone cold down the stretch here. They've not scored in the last 3 minutes. Ouachita will try to hold for the final shot.
Not in any hurry to get it down. If they set the play from here. Crow. Pass inside, and Huell zigged, and they thought she was going to zag. One last shot before the buzzer. Not going to make it. 15-14, Henderson State on top. And Michael, you mentioned they went cold, but they had enough to take the advantage into the second quarter. GAC tournament continues. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
I knew engineering would be a challenge, but that hasn't stopped me. Here, I could create a new organization and networking opportunities for women in STEM fields. At Arkansas Tech, I'm more than just a student. My name is Emily Torrialba, and I am a trailblazer.
At Arkansas Tech University, I find harmony between art and science. Here, I can sing into a microphone and learn how one works. Whether it's performing on the field or solving an equation, I'm constantly evolving to meet tomorrow's challenges. I am a musician and a future engineer. My name is Jordan Davis, and I'm a lifelong learner.
Henderson State with an opportunity to regroup now. One of the things about the quarters, though, Michael, and you know, I recall when college teams played quarters back before they went to halves. Yes, I'm that old, and that's okay.
Traditional.
Yeah, traditional. But the women's college basketball outlook, 4 quarters, it gives a little bit of a breather in there.
Yeah,
you know,
sure
an
does.
opportunity to regroup, kind of slow things down, and it's not so much like a timeout. It's just, whew, all right, we've made it through this stretch. And you know, you set your goals sometimes in periods of lengths of time. Well, in 4 quarters, you can set those goals for every 10 minutes and see what you can do during that time. And I think it can work to your advantage having the 4 quarters as opposed to the 2 halves.
Well, and the last time these two teams played each other, Ouachita won the second quarter 22-17 inside the Duke Wells Center in Arkadelphia, but it was Henderson who got the win, 71-64.
Henderson State winners of 7 of the last 8 of these contests, and since Jill Thomas has taken over the program, 8-2. Long shot and a long rebound. Estes now from the corner. That one's too strong. Blue Jones with the board. And the long pass to the outside, tried to find Hanson. It's taken away, and Huell lost it back. Ball still on the court, finally corralled for Ouachita by Morgan Miller, and the senior will slow things up.
Yeah, Miller's probably not going to have a 20-point game, but she's going to find the loose ball when it's out there for the taking.
It's a 4-out look right now for Ouachita. Nobody posting low. You have Huell wandering around up the top, getting open and drawing defense out there, looking to get some opportunities in the lane. Again, foul away from the ball. Lots of contact going on.
Yeah, that's not one that Henderson wants. It's the second on Bozier. Nothing was really happening. Ouachita was just basically standing, dribbling the basketball. There was nothing around the rim, and not what Bozier wanted there.
The shot clock resets. And the look inside now. Whaley drawing the low post defense. That shot got redirected, and Whaley comes away with the board. Blue Jones looking out. Estes in the corner, too strong. And Whaley has the ball just simply taken away from her. Morgan Miller down the court.
Deep shots aren't falling for Henderson. 0 of 5 from three-point range.
Jakaya Clay into the contest now, another freshman. Talked about her. From Marion, Arkansas. Stopped and traveled.
Tried to do a little too much there. Pretty good move, but shuffled the feet a little bit.
I think the officials would disagree.
Bullard back in. Clay took a seat.
No, I say that. Her intentions were good.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get the momentum going. It's tough to find that stopping point. Shot a little short. Corey Bullard back into the contest for Ouachita. Bullard stays high. And the cutter through the lane, shot no good. Owens can't get it to fall. And that was really, I mean, that's the play you work for right there with pulling everyone out. Hanson, jumper off the glass, good.
A lot of family ties out on the court right now, Joey. Obviously, anybody who watches can tell you that Pink and Blue Jones are related, twin sisters, but Chastity Owens and Shakala Begno are cousins as well.
A little too strong for Hanson.
You were asking me earlier, one of the things that taken away from Ouachita this year, I think it's been the way that Begno and that those two have played with each other this year, Owens and Begno, just because they've known each other forever, played basketball together forever.
You see the Ouachita fans incredulous there. Corey Bullard picking up a foul, trying to get position inside.
Haven't found Danny Prescott in the crowd yet, have we? The now former Ouachita volleyball coach, as he is enjoying his time with his son up in the stands. I know that.
We saw him yesterday. Be surprised if he wasn't here today to see his former charge, Corey Bullard, playing in her senior season with basketball. Whaley gets that one to fall. And Henderson State on top by 5 now. And the way this one's gone back and forth, 5 points seems like a lot. Foul charged that time to Pink Jones. That's her second personal foul. So the Reddies, it's a man-to-man defense again. And not giving a lot, going outside with the Ouachita offense. Whaley with the block and the board, and she was fouled, and Coach Crowder is displeased. He received a technical, and he may be trying for 2.
He was fired up, Joey, that's for sure. Yeah, he wanted foul underneath. Didn't help that the shot went off the bottom of the backboard.
And that the foul came back the other direction,
yeah,
against the Henderson State player, which in that case was Whaley. Now Whaley won't be shooting this free throw because this is the technical foul. So you bring a solid shooter in Hanson up to shoot.
Well, give Whaley credit, a freshman from Springdale, 4 points. She's played well on defense as well.
Hanson makes them both. Haley Henson from the free throw line, a 70% free throw shooter.
That's a big technical foul. 7-point Henderson State lead.
Well, and we seen technicals today. It's the second one. We hadn't seen any that many over the course of the tournament in recent years from coaches. And Whaley, 2 more points.
I'll tell you
Henderson
what, we
stayed up by 9. But the thing about it is, though, Michael, what I wanted to mention is you have to keep it in check after that. Second technical foul is an exit from the building.
Right. And still a long way to go.
Exactly. Huell has it stripped. Henson the other way. Looked like she might have gotten away with the travel there.
Yeah. We all know about the regular players, the ones that we see in the stats, not in and not out. But I tell you what, Whaley might make the difference here in this one. She's got 6 points already. I think she's played really well.
That pass a little too strong for Huell to bring in, but last touched by Henderson State.
Henderson looking for their first ever GAC tournament victory. They're 0-5 here at the Bruin Fieldhouse.
It's the 6th opportunity, and Huell, follow-away jumper from the free throw line. Henson spin move off the glass, and the senior has it going on right now. And Michael, you're right, that technical big. It's been a 6-0 run since then. 6-2, excuse me. Henson's just not slowing down. She's seeing opportunities and trying to take advantage of them.
Ouachita's only 1-4 here in Bartlesville. A couple of years missing the tournament. Opening round loss last year.
Well, we've seen 3 teams already in the past 2 days pick up the first GAC tournament win. All men's teams.
Yeah.
Will we see a women's team pick up its first GAC tournament win here tonight?
Well, right now it sure seems that way. Henderson's playing really well. Not a lot of action inside for Ouachita. We'll see if that changes before the halftime break.
We go to the media break right now here in the second quarter. Coach Gary Crowder has calmed down a little bit, but still probably very fired up on the inside. Back in a moment to see how this half comes to an end on the GAC Sports Network.
In high school, people described me as bright,
hardworking, and dedicated.
That I had a big heart because I care about people and doing the right things.
Now, everywhere I look, I see an entire community just like that.
learning more,
doing more, and caring more.
A community of mission, Harding University.
Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
SAU feels like home to me because it is my home away from home. My professors, friends, and classmates have taken on a caring and supportive role for me.
SAU feels like home because the faculty treats me like a part of their family and they do everything in their power to help me succeed.
SAU feels like home to me because the atmosphere on campus makes me feel secure and like I'm part of a family.
Come visit SAU and see why so many students are saying that Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
Well, the Tigers trail by 9, and 9 also a big number right now. That's the number of shots Ouachita's taken here in the second quarter, have made only 1. Ouachita shooting 11% from the field here in the second quarter. But on the free throw line, an opportunity to put points on the board. No time coming off the clock. Begno's first free throw is good. She gets a second opportunity here. That one good as well. So even if you're not hitting from the field, you make your free throws, it can help you stick around.
We've seen that already in the tournament.
Snowden. She finds a double team quickly. And Hanson gets one defender out of the other in the air, gets around another, but can't complete the layup.
Did everything right there except for the shot. She still played really well. No turnovers for Henson. That's a big number in 17 minutes of play. 8 points and 3 rebounds.
Shot up and over Whaley. Great job by Begno. I'll tell you what, though, for the senior in Henson, you know, her motor is in high gear tonight.
It is.
Her last trip to Bartlesville, and she's definitely making the most of it.
Yeah, making sure she protects the ball as well. Mentioned it before the break. Would Ouachita try to go inside? They have the last couple of times.
Snowden forces a shot, but the rebound keeps it on Henderson State's end.
They had no option there. She had to throw it back in. We're going to check the shot clock here, I believe. They reset the shot clock. I don't think it should have. Anticipating a change of possession there, but it wasn't really a full possession from Ouachita. Oh, they are saying that she caught it. It was a possession and a turnover.
Well, they reset now. We mentioned it before. The officiating here has been solid this week.
2 layups in a row missed by Henderson. Again, they're doing everything right, getting right to the rim. That was a good move from Blue Jones.
It really was. And when the layups aren't falling, take it the other direction. A 9-point lead is now 5. And a foul stops things down again. It's going to stay on the Ouachita end. Shooting foul, as it says on the scoreboard's not saying that, but the press table is.
Yeah, 5th foul. So took the scoreboard a little while to catch up.
We watch again. Look down low. It's a touch foul, but it's enough. And actually works to Henderson State's advantage until they didn't get the rebound. Neither free throw went in. Shot that time, no good. Owens can't make it fall.
Yeah, Owens wanted a foul, no call there. Oh, a high dribble.
Wow. Got away from Blue Jones just enough. Well, Henderson State not closing out this quarter. The Reddies did the first quarter, this one not so much. Ouachita with opportunities abounding, not taking advantage of them though.
Joey, I just spotted Preston Crowder in the stands. That's Gary's son, but he plays basketball for Henderson. And he's wearing a Henderson sweatshirt, but I don't know. I wonder who he's rooting for here.
Well, you have to show at least on the outside your school.
Yeah.
Another drive to the basket and another unsuccessful offensive trip for the Tigers.
A lot of times your family allegiances and school go together, but yeah, not in that town.
I was going to say, in Arkadelphia, there are probably many families that have split allegiances. But I'm wondering how many times the Tigers can come away empty and stay in this. Has to be good defense, and that time finally a layup falls on the other end.
Yeah, and if the layups start falling, they won't be in it for long if they don't start hitting on their end, because no points in the last 2 minutes. They're only 2 of 12 from the floor in the quarter.
That was Branham's first basket. Travel. Gertzone dragged a foot.
That's her first turnover in 15 minutes. I felt like she's done well to move the basketball around. The shots have not fallen.
No. Henson lost it off her foot. Has to kick outside. Shot clock, still plenty of time. Henson will take a long three, and it comes up short. Snowden all over the back of Gertzone. That will result in free throws for the freshman. First foul against Snowden. Michael, do you feel like we've been talking about freshmen a lot more in this tournament?
No doubt. I saw Kelly Lampo, the freshman of the year in the GAC, have a stellar performance in the previous game. That's just one of the many.
Gertzone makes them both. And she'll take a seat now. Huell comes back in for her. 39 seconds left here in the first half. Henson slows it down as she brings it past half court. Man-to-man look, but opening for Jones in the corner. Blue Jones for three.
Monster shot here before the close of the half. A lot of momentum with Henderson now.
Begnode actually nearly stole her own pass. Huell spins. And that three a little bit too long. And a foul with 3.2 seconds left. Morgan Miller with too much momentum after the missed three.
Just the 14th foul, though, so they'll have to try to get a shot here with 3 seconds.
Huell doesn't want to foul here. Henson from half court. Off the board. And Henderson State, though, fortunate, I believe, really to have the 8-point lead they do right now. Lots of opportunities for the Tigers, and just weren't able to convert then. I think the halftime beneficial for both these teams, Michael, going through the first half. Ouachita staying within it, though, and not letting it get away from them. We throw it now to Paul Smith on the court.
30-22, your halftime score in favor of Henderson State. We've still got one great half of basketball to go here tonight in Bartlesville. So we'll be back in just a little bit with the second half of this one. Fans, don't go anywhere. This is the GAC Sports Network.
Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
SAU feels like home because I've been treated like one of their own from the very beginning. While at SAU, I felt comfortable, encouraged, and motivated to succeed.
SAU feels like home because the atmosphere makes me feel secure and like I'm a part of a family.
SAU feels like home because everyone is here for our students. They care about our success.
Come visit SAU and see why so many students are saying that Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
SAU feels like home because I've made lifelong friendships with people who care about me.
SAU feels like home because I'm part of so many traditions that create meaning through my college experience.
SAU feels like home because it's the perfect size to find people you share common interests with.
Come visit SAU and see why so many students are saying that Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
Hi, Connor here to show you around SWASU and why we love it here.
Well, your friends are more like family.
I love the sports and concerts at the Pioneer Cellular Event Center and more than 100 clubs.
The small class sizes, 100 fields of study, and a nationally recognized pharmacy college. Close to OKC, the best place for me. Come and see for yourself.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
What makes Henderson a better choice in education? Is it the campus or the buildings? Is it class size or professors with PhDs? Is it the cost, the value? What is it about Henderson?
It's me.
A strong educational foundation from Henderson put Richard Jacobs on the road to becoming a doctor. Today, he's at the forefront of pediatric research and care. Henderson prepares today's students for tomorrow because what counts is what you become. Henderson State University.
Opportunity begins here.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Seize your opportunity. Soar to new heights with our nationally accredited aviation program.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern's renowned education program has launched thousands of teaching careers.
Seize your opportunity.
From occupational safety, health, and business to behavioral and natural sciences.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
SC.edu.
Log on now.
And seize your opportunity.
Southern Nazarene University was just ranked the best college in the state of Oklahoma by Money Magazine. That's big news, but it's not a surprise to us. Money ranks SNU as one of the top 50 colleges you can actually get into, and in the top 50 most affordable private colleges in the nation. Why travel when Southern Nazarene University is right here in Bethany, Oklahoma? Inspired academic excellence in a success-driven environment. Southern Nazarene University, the best college in Oklahoma.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
For me, that meant that I could afford to go to college. When I was considering colleges, it was important to find one that my parents and I could afford. So I was happy to find that I could attend the University of Arkansas at Monticello at one of the lowest costs of any four-year college in the state. Affordability, tradition, a great college experience. It all comes together here at UAM.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
I'll ride the
I'm going my way.
If you're a free-range chicken, you roam free. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to GEICO. It's what you do.
Yeah.
A triangle solo? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Sam and Joanna saved by switching to GEICO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
Do you want more recognition for your team?
Who should I ask if I have any problems? How can I share my ideas?
How can you get involved and make it yours? Joining Student Athlete Advisory Committee allows your voice to be heard.
The mission of SAC is to enhance the total student athlete experience.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
The running of the Bulldogs? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Aaliyah saved by switching to GEICO.
I knew engineering would be a challenge, but that hasn't stopped me. Here, I could create a new organization and networking opportunities for women in STEM fields. At Arkansas Tech, I'm more than just a student. My name is Emily Torrialba, and I am a trailblazer.
At Ouachita, we care deeply for our students, and we are seeking to invest in them every day.
My professors are some of the best people I've ever met. They love me, they care for me, they care about my well-being.
Faculty are so open to helping you, even outside of the classroom. Like the night before the test, they'll stay up till late in case you need help. And they're really open about that, just really helping you understand everything.
The faculty has challenged me in a way that I feel equipped for whatever comes my way outside of Ouachita.
The faculty and staff really pour into me every day in class, but also out of class. They're really invested in my future.
We develop relationships, and we really seek to pour into the whole person.
Do you want more recognition for your team?
Who should I ask if I have any problems? How can I share my ideas?
How can you get involved and make it yours? Joining Student Athlete Advisory Committee allows your voice to be heard.
The mission of SAC is to enhance the total student athlete experience by promoting opportunity, protecting welfare, and fostering a positive image. Who is SAC?
SAC members are student athletes supporting other student athletes. SAC members vote on rules, partner with great organizations such as Make-A-Wish and Team Impact, and build pride on campus and in the community.
There are 3 different levels of SAC to get involved in. At the campus level, there are 307 Division II institutions that sponsor SAC. Each campus SAC is led by an athletic administrator and a committee made up of student athletes from a variety of athletic teams.
There are 24 Division II conferences, each with their own conference SAC. The representatives share best practices, success stories, and new ideas that can be brought back to each campus SAC.
The National SAC is made up of 1 student athlete from each of the 24 Division II conferences. These student athletes are your voice and are charged with the responsibility of relaying the overall student athlete voice for the division.
Your voice has value.
Get involved.
Take ownership in your experience.
Leave a legacy.
Make it yours!
It's on us to stop sexual assault
in any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
to stand up.
To make our community safe for all. It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
SAU feels like home because I've been treated like one of their own from the very beginning. While at SAU, I felt comfortable, encouraged, and motivated to succeed.
SAU feels like home because the atmosphere makes me feel secure and like I'm a part of a family.
SAU feels like home because everyone is here for our students. They care about our success.
Come visit SAU and see why so many students are saying that Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
What makes Henderson a better choice in education? Is it the campus or the buildings? Is it class size or professors with PhDs? Is it the cost, the value? What is it about Henderson?
It's me.
A strong educational foundation from Henderson put Richard Jacobs on the road to becoming a doctor. Today, he's at the forefront of pediatric research and care. Henderson prepares today's students for tomorrow because what counts is what you become. Henderson State University.
It's on us to stop sexual assault
in any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
to stand up.
To make our community safe for all. It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
It's a rivalry matchup. It's the Battle of the Ravine, Bartlesville edition, as the third matchup between these two schools taking place here in our final quarterfinal game of the Great American Conference Tournament. Joey McWilliams along with Michael Westbrook, Paul Smith along with us as well as we are courtside here. Halftime winding down, and Henderson State with an 8-point advantage. Michael, we look at some numbers from the first half.
Yeah, Ouachita didn't shoot the ball very well, 27% in the first half. Meanwhile, Henderson State 42%. Henderson was led by Haley Henson with 8 points and 6 from Carrington Whaley, a freshman. 6 points from Eden Crow, a freshman on the Ouachita side. She was a perfect 3 of 3 from the floor in her 10 minutes of play. Henderson dominated in the paint, 24-12, and have held the lead for most of this first half.
They have indeed. I think, you know what, the number that stands out to me, I mean, 15.4% shooting for Ouachita in the second quarter. That's tough. But there's just a big one assist for the Tigers in the first half.
7 turnovers.
Yes. Henderson State has Henson trying to pick up where she left off. A big number from her we'll talk about here in just a moment. But right now, Ouachita, a defensive stop. They got what they need and try to right the ship here in the third quarter. Corey Bullard posting high and is able to give that one off and over to Begno. Shot no good. Estes backs out underneath. And Henderson State with the rebound. Haley Henson, a senior. She's 0 for 3 from behind the arc so far. She's made at least 1 3-pointer, and that one doesn't fall for Jones. Haley Henson's made at least 1 3-point field goal in 102 of the 110 games in her career prior to tonight.
Blue Jones is only a 28% free throw shooter. Good job of Ouachita to let her take that shot. They recognize she's not the best 3-point shooter, and meanwhile, Ouachita gets one on the other end.
That's right. Begno with that one. She got 2 points for that one. It may have been a long two. We'll see how that flies in just a moment. We've actually had adjustments made after the fact, in between quarters. Great job on the steal. Hewell stepping in the passing lane. I mean, all in the passing lane.
Batted it down with both hands.
Exactly. That was almost self-defense. It would have hit her in the face. Great read. Looking inside. Begno, turnaround jumper. She has 4 quick ones. And the Tigers are back to within 4.
Begno doesn't move that quickly when she's down on the blocks, but she's just very efficient.
Henson driving again. Count the basket. She'll go to the line. An and one opportunity. And I'll tell you, Coach Jill Thomas has seen something, because Henson, as we've seen here in the tournament, is effective from outside the arc. The numbers back that up as well. As a matter of fact, she is the all-time leader in made 3-point field goals in her career. She has 200 in the conference. She has 289 3-pointers. Well, she's been driving the basket all night long, and that one was very easy for Maya Gertzone on the other end. Henson's been forcing the issue on the inside, so they're seeing something.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see Gertzone go all the way to the rim like that. She's playing with 3 fouls right now, but she stayed aggressive. It worked out. Here's Henson back the other way.
She starts her move outside the arc, and then is just flying toward the basket.
Coach Crowder asking for a traveling call.
Jones, Pink Jones, makes her way in, and she has 2 more.
5'9", has a lot of length, quick step to the rim there, a big step.
Jones with 7 points tonight, a couple of boards too. Looking inside, hands in the back. Blue Jones got beaten on defense, and 2 hands in the back of Begno.
Good call underneath.
Eden Crow checking back in for Ouachita as Corey Bullard will take a seat. Snow looked to make a move right off the bat. Instead, she nearly throws that away. Estes gets a hand on it. Plenty of time with the shot clock here. Miller decides not to shoot instead. Begno, and she's looking for help. I'm wondering if she said it was touched. And it was touched.
I think so. I was going to say a foul because her arm got hit.
3-pointer the other direction, and this is where people get frustrated. A 3-pointer doesn't go near the basket because really that came up so short you had to think it was touched. 3-pointer the other way, and it's a 10-point game again. Miller allowing the defense to go by. puts in an easy basket.
And a good pass from Crow.
Pass from Pink Jones, deflected. Blue Jones, second three-pointer, no good. And they'll get it out to Miller.
Crow with a hand on the ball first, and then with the rebound.
Driving left baseline is Olivia Huell, and Huell starting to pick up the pace a little bit for the Tigers. She has 7 now and 3 of 8 shooting. Jones again. How about Blue on 3 consecutive trips attempting three-pointers? Made the first one, second two not successful. Reddy's in a man defense, passes inside to Begno. She'll go to the free throw line. Reddy shooting the ball fairly well here. 43% from the field. Ouachita, as we mentioned in the second quarter, 15.4%. Now in this half, it's gone up dramatically. 71.4%. A little bit better start to this half. Henderson State doing pretty well. 19-2 on the season when they have a better shooting percentage than their opponents.
Well, you saw the replay a moment ago. Crow had a great entry pass inside to set up the foul on Estes, which was her third. And there's Crow again getting an offensive rebound. Free throws didn't go the first time. She'll try to get them this time for her team.
Well,
It's been impressive.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Make good things happen, but you have to connect then when you go to the free throw line, have to get them to fall. Tigers have had opportunities, Michael. They had them in the second quarter, and right now making a few here in the third quarter. Free throw doesn't fall again. Ouachita 5 for 11 from the free throw line. Another three-pointer. Fourth trip where a three-point shot was taken. And with no one there to rebound, I mean, Ouachita is just, I mean, opportunity now after opportunity. I don't know how to say that any differently.
Well, and also Branham, she's only made 6 threes all year long, so not the best shot perhaps, but she was open.
Put back. Fantastic job by Begno. And Ouachita back to within 3. I'm trying to figure out where the drives to the lane have gone. They're so successful earlier. A long, long two for Pink Jones and a timeout taken.
And I have a feeling that'll be discussed here.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and take it with them right now. 38-35, Tigers back to within 3. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all. It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Ouachita State, there's Corey Bullard. Opportunities for the Tigers now here in the third quarter. Henderson State up 40-35, and Michael, we've had an adjustment.
Henderson 1 of 5 from three-point range in this half, just 2 of 13 in the game. If they're going to win this game, it's probably not going to be from the three-point line. The way that Pink and Blue Jones can drive the basketball and get some of the other players involved, Henson as well, I think they're going to have to go back to the inside game. And I think that's why Coach Thomas wanted that timeout.
Well, the outside game just wasn't working. I mean, you know, with players like Henson on the court, Henson 0 for 3 from behind the arc. Pass inside the rebound. Not contained by Ouachita. You know, that number really quickly, by the way, Michael, as it looks like we're about to go to the media timeout. We'll talk about that stat here in just a moment. We'll take the break. 4:24 remaining in the third quarter. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
What makes Henderson a better choice in education? Is it the campus or the buildings? Is it class size or professors with PhDs? Is it the cost, the value? What is it about Henderson?
It's me.
A strong educational foundation from Henderson put Richard Jacobs on the road to becoming a doctor. Today, he's at the forefront of pediatric research and care. Henderson prepares today's students for tomorrow because what counts is what you become. Henderson State University.
Opportunity begins here.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Seize your opportunity. Soar to new heights with our nationally accredited aviation program.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern's renowned education program has launched thousands of teaching careers.
Seize your opportunity.
From occupational safety, health, and business to behavioral and natural sciences.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
SC.edu.
Log on now
and seize your opportunity.
Tigers ready to take the court now. 4:24 remains here, and talking about Henderson State shooting from the outside, one of the numbers that stands out is Haley Henson. She has 3 of the 5 best seasons of three-point field goal percentage. This year being her best. It's number 2 all-time in the Henderson State history. It's 365 coming into tonight. After 3 misses, it's down to 359. Still good enough for second all-time. I bet she'd like to make one more before it's all said and done.
Yeah, probably so.
Contact, bodies on the floor, and Branham goes straight to the basket. Jones made a little bit of contact that time with Chastity Owens. No whistles blown. The cutter off the glass and in. That was a very, very nice look that time. Owens the beneficiary, and a great look inside.
That was just an incredible pass from Clay.
Jones through the lane. Pink kicks out to Henson for 3. Count it!
There you go.
3-point basket number 290 in her career. That also means that she's now had at least 1 3-point make in 103 of 111 games. She'll get 2 for that one, but it's pretty big too.
Henson playing really big right now. A 3-pointer, a steal, and a layup. She's doing it all.
16 points now on the night. 4 rebounds, 4 assists for the senior. That one came up just a little bit short for Owens. And Henderson State with the board. Winner of this one gets to take on Arkansas Tech tomorrow. How's that for a prize?
Well, seems to have not had a whole lot of luck in the second round against Arkansas Tech.
Nope. Pink Jones shot, or excuse me, Blue Jones shot a little strong. Chastity Owens the other direction. And she can't get hers to fall. Here comes Pink again. Stop, and the jumper from 5 feet is good. Timeout, Ouachita. Let's go ahead and keep it right here for a moment and talk about even one more statistic also, because now Pink Jones has 11 points. She scored double figures in 47 of 55 games in her career at Henderson State.
Wow. Now it seems like every year Tech has a close opening round game, and then they blow the doors off the other team in the second round. Just looking back over a little bit of the history here, Arkansas Tech defeated Southwestern last year 96-60 in the second round. Had a close one in 2015, but 2014 actually lost that one big time to Harding. That was Harding's big year. But out of sync right now for Ouachita is the best way I can describe it. The game's fast-paced. An example, Eden Crow, top of the key, tries to drive in. Well, Henson's a point guard against her there. She's probably going to get that steal more times than not. And really, that's the spot where Crow needed to pass the ball. And I think Ouachita, if they can just get the ball moving a little bit more might open up some lanes for them. But give Henderson credit. The defense has been really good, holding this team to 37 points towards the end of the third quarter and holding Ouachita to 35% shooting for the game. Ouachita's not really a three-point shooting team. They're just 2 of 10 from behind the arc. If they're going to get back into it, though, I think they're going to have some long-range shots fall.
Doesn't have to happen in this quarter, but I agree with you. I think you have to have something. And again, you want to get this lead cut into, try to make it into the fourth quarter, trailing by just single digits. It's not out of hand. Ouachita looking for opportunities outside the arc. Snow post up down low. Or
Clay should have gone ahead and taken that one to the rim, I think.
And Henson will slow it down a little bit now. Drives in the kick out to Estes. And again, Henderson State going back to making the moves toward the lane. Nice move by Whaley on the inside. And the Reddies extending the lead to 14. Gertzone's room on the baseline. Now the reverse too strong. And Clay can't get the putback. She'll go to the line. You know, Michael, you talk about the shots from long range. And I think those are probably going to be necessary at some point in time, too. I think that, though, that what Ouachita has to do is to pick up the pace on the offensive end. They have been more successful when they've gotten down the court quickly and been able to dictate the pace, keep the defense, the Ready defense on their heels. And Clay fouled as she went up.
Olivia Huell's back in, so maybe she can do just that, get the ball up and down the court a little bit quicker. That's probably what Coach Crowder's thinking.
Well, and she does bring that to the table, definitely, when she's on the court. Huell solid on defense, too, and making Pink Jones work with it. Jones gets around her, but kicks back out. How about Henson? All these years we've talked about her three-point shooting, and she has absolutely opened things up driving the lane tonight. Henson with 18.
Not been afraid to shoot the basketball. 7 of 15 from the floor. It's just been a really good game from her.
Yeah, and 6 of 11 inside the arc. Clay shot a little off the mark. Huell tipped back to where Clay was. Goes right to one of the Reddies. Estes comes away, and Henson has it now.
1 point for Clay tonight. Where Ouachita's been successful this year is when they get production from their bench, especially Jakai Clay. Hasn't been there so far in this one.
Henderson State on an 11-1 run right now over the last nearly 3 minutes.
Well, we said it last game. How well are you going to do closing out quarters? That's where Harding was successful in the previous game against Southeastern. And Henderson State playing like the 3 seed right now, playing like one of the top teams in the conference.
Branham had it knocked away, gives back over to Estes, and fight for it underneath. Shot clock is off. And Begno will pick up the foul just before the end of the quarter. Should be an inbound here.
Plenty of time for Henderson to set something up underneath their basket.
Henson for 3. Little short. Whaley with time. Puts it back up. The shot doesn't fall. 10 minutes left to play here on our second day in Bartlesville. And the Reddies have expanded a lead to 15 points. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
Southern Nazarene University was just ranked the best college in the state of Oklahoma by Money Magazine. That's big news, but it's not a surprise to us. Money ranks SNU as one of the top 50 colleges you can actually get into, and in the top 50 most affordable private colleges in the nation. Why travel when Southern Nazarene University is right here in Bethany, Oklahoma? Inspired academic excellence in a success-driven environment. Southern Nazarene University, the best college in Oklahoma.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
For me, that meant that I could afford to go to college. When I was considering colleges, it was important to find one that my parents and I could afford. So I was happy to find that I could attend the University of Arkansas at Monticello at one of the lowest costs of any four-year college in the state. Affordability, tradition, a great college experience. It all comes together here at UAM.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
Lots to cheer about for the Reddies. We've opened up a 15-point advantage. Ouachita will bring this one in. Crow right in front of where we're sitting.
Henderson won both fourth quarters during the regular season. First time they played each other, Ouachita scored only 9 points in the fourth quarter. Defense all the way out near half
no
court.
Kidding. And Blue Jones was making Crow go the wrong direction. Shot clock winding down. And the Reddies defense, well, bailed out Ouachita that time. Shot clock resets. And I say that, it's going to stay on the Ouachita end of the court, but 30 seconds went by, and it's still a 15-point deficit. Shot clock resets here. Huell needs to go toward the basket. She does. Turnaround jumper's good.
Henson fell down, tried to get the charge. It's tough to get a whistle to blow there when the player has your back to you and she's spinning in the air.
Back in the contest for Henderson State, Bree Bozier, and she's posting down low. The Reddies are going to go to the outside, and it'll be Ouachita ball. Bozier picks up a foul, and that's her third. She hasn't been in that long.
Go for the hold there. She and Begno were in a fight for the loose ball. Well, it's the battle of the ravine. Rex Nelson would say 2 touchdowns would put Ouachita ahead here.
I've been just so conservative with the football analogy, so thank you
right.
for go ahead and dropping one in there. Nice rebound. Miller can't get the putback to fall. A third chance for Ouachita.
Well, they're going to have opportunities like that, and they're going to have to make the free throws if they get fouled, if they're going to get back in it. We're going to have to crash the boards. One thing about Henderson and basketball in general, when you pressure the way they're doing right now and the defense gets extended out, it does leave some openings around the rim for those offensive boards.
Well, 2 offensive boards on that trip for Ouachita. Another point. Foul, by the way, was on Estes. And for Estes, that is her 4th personal. Both free throws fall for Ouachita. 8.5 remaining here. Reddy's in no hurry. Stop, jumper again. Fall away. And Henson is putting that in off the glass sometimes, not off the glass the others.
Tell you what, you have to practice that shot and shoot around quite a bit to be able to find the angle the right way.
And that's a practice individually, because that's not how you generally run a layup drill.
Right.
Huell, 3-pointer doesn't fall. Henson for Henderson coming away with the board. Could have played that one off like I knew what I was talking about.
Right.
Branham backs it back out. Still driving in. Branham let that one go. It was knocked away, but she watched it. Heads up play. Taking it all the way to the other end is Owens.
Surprised to see this fast of a fourth quarter. I mean, it's really back and forth. The Reddies are not slowing down at all.
And Ouachita can't afford to.
Right.
First free throw attempt, no good. Second one does go. It's a man. Now it's still a man-to-man look and a double dribble. And we talked earlier about Henderson taking care of the ball. That really hasn't been the case as much here in the fourth quarter.
No, just their 7th turnover overall, though.
Stop the jumper, no good, and rebound Blue Jones.
Got to stay in control all the way through it. Hill just couldn't get the layup.
Jones in the lane, had nowhere to go with that one. And a lazy pass taken away down the court. Begno can't make it fall. And Jones, how about that hustle back on the other end to get the defensive rebound?
Henson saw a teammate open in the corner, decided to keep it.
That one blocked. Henson's made that drive a few times tonight. Expect the Ouachita defense to be ready. And it'll be free throws now for Ouachita as Chastity Owens will go to the line. Branham picks up her 4th personal for Henderson State. Substitution's about to take place for both these teams. We'll see Bozier come back in as well as Estes for Henderson State. And Gertzone coming in for Ouachita.
No field goals in the last 3 minutes of action for Ouachita. They've gotten a few back at the free throw line.
Now Henderson State on a bit of a drought of its own as well from the field.
Yeah.
11 points now. Still the lead, though. Estes tries to cut. Jones can't find her, but Brozier from the right elbow extends the lead back out to 13. This has been little by little for Henderson State, building up this lead, not letting anything get away. It's not been just an explosion, really, on offense.
Ouachita 1 of 7 in the quarter. What a play.
Wow. Estes with the opening.
Just enough of a stutter with her dribble.
Now, Bozier has 3 personal fouls that reach in there a little close. It's too much time. Tigers are taking too much time on offense now. Have to get some quicker looks. Have to get a look at all. Estes with the steal, 1-on-2, and she's fouled. Two shots. It was just the second team foul against Ouachita here. But that's a 2-shot foul. They say she was in the act of shooting. Checking back in, Henson for Henderson State, Hewell and Bullard for Ouachita. Michael, we've had the opportunity to broadcast Corey Bullard ball games on the college level for 4 years now, and 2 different sports.
Yeah. And she's going to go on to medical school.
That's right. I wanted you to get that in.
A 4.0, the GAC Scholar of the Athlete of the Year last year.
Going on to medical school. I don't think she has as much time to take on 2 sports at medical school.
No, and honestly, I don't know if we'll see anything like it again. 4-year, 2-sport athlete.
And stand out in both sports.
Right, and to have the academic career that she's had.
Really a phenomenal career, as we may be seeing the collegiate athletic career have that book closed tonight. If the Tigers can't make up 15 points here, we'll take a media timeout, talk about Bullard and the rest of this contest when we come back with more on the GAC Sports Network.
free-range chicken, you roam free. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to GEICO. It's what you do.
Yeah.
A triangle solo? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Sam and Joanna saved by switching to GEICO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
The Reddies have proven themselves to be ready so far tonight, and they have just a little more than 4.5 minutes remaining to move on, advance an opportunity to take on Arkansas Tech. That's for tomorrow. Still time for Ouachita, and the Tigers have a 15-point deficit to make up. Just to conclude what we were talking about Corey Bullard, as she tries a three-pointer there. That one a little bit too strong. Tigers still with the basketball. Second opportunity doesn't fly. Yeah, we talked about what Bullard has meant to her team. Basketball, volleyball, just an incredible career. Of course, the grades there as well. Accepted to medical school. We've had the opportunity then to work with her as well. She's just a good person.
Yeah, absolutely. Always got a smile on her face. Well, unless she's spiking a volleyball at somebody, an opponent, I guess. But
well, it has been a privilege and a pleasure to get to cover her over these past 4 years. So can't go through the night without mentioning that at least once.
I've been impressed with the Henderson State defense tonight, and folks who've seen them play all year long know that. They only give up 65 points a game. No way Ouachita gets to that number tonight. I mean, it's going to be a really stellar defensive performance when this one's over for Henderson.
Shot clock goes all the way down to nothing. Three-pointer missed, but Henderson State's going to keep it and grab a foul to get the offensive board. By the way, you were asking about Ouachita's former volleyball coach, and Corey Bullard's former volleyball coach was Coach Prescott in the building, and I did see him at halftime. So,
Coach Crowder taking a timeout.
We'll go ahead and take one, too. 61-46 the score. Back in a moment here on the GAC Sports Network.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry.
Reddy's come out to the timeout with the ball. Just letting some more time dribble away here. Season winding down for the Tigers. It's been a good one, and they made it to the tournament. But Henderson State, another trip to the free throw line now for Henson. They're looking to advance. Earlier tonight, we saw Harding with a victory over Southeastern, 73-63. And Harding will move on to take on Southwestern. That is at 5:45 tomorrow. The winner of this game, which we believe to be Henderson State, pulling away now, will take on Arkansas Tech at 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
Tell you what, earlier today we saw a Southeastern men's team win their first postseason game since 2007. Henderson State is 3 minutes away from winning their first postseason game since 2007. And they were the 5 seed against Montevideo in the Gulf South Conference tournament.
Buell gets another 2 points there. She has 15 on the night, go along with 4 rebounds. A couple players in double figures. Begno also with 10 points. for the Tigers. Well, Miller, one of the seniors on this Ouachita team, along with Bullard. Taylor Bowles as well. Foul from Ouachita will slow things down just a little bit here.
Yeah, Bowles was a big loss for Coach Crowder about at the Christmas break, torn ACL, and she was averaging double figures when she went down. Troy Mitchell tells us it will be the first time that Henderson State has defeated Ouachita 3 times in a season, ever, in about 2 minutes.
We talked about that a little bit earlier, too, the fact that it's been 40 years since the two teams have played 3 times in a season. Henderson State won the 2 during the regular season, Ouachita winning in district play, the old AIC. And the shot clock goes off, but the ball hit the rim, and 30 more ticks for Henderson State. How about that? It's just been the Reddies' night. And you say that, and that's not to take away from how well the Reddies have played. Sometimes it's just, a team's night, but the preparation to get to this point, been very impressed with Henderson State this year, and especially the 16 conference wins. With all the attention that goes the way of Southwestern and Arkansas Tech anytime they suit up, it's going to get some attention too. Henderson State, it's not really been a quiet third place finish and number 3 seed, but if you weren't paying attention, you may not have followed it as closely.
Right.
Henson gets a nice exit, the senior.
Tell you what, Joey, we started the tournament with only 4 schools having both of their teams represented here. We're going to go into the semifinals with 8 different schools represented. Nobody has 2 teams left.
How about that?
Year of first.
That really is. I mean, that's something to think about. Hewell says, nope, not going to make that pass. Boy, how far has this conference come?
Yeah, no doubt.
It has been a privilege and a pleasure to get to watch it grow, and it is still growing all the time. Bozier will pull this one out. And Jones resets. 15 on the shot clock. Near steal. Likely want to get one of these away. Bullard with the near steal, and it's likely going to be a foul in here somewhere. Bullard will get to pick that one up. Game clock under a minute now.
We thought Harding had a good defensive performance, and they did.
And
Gave
they did.
Up 63 to a Southeastern team who can light it up in a hurry. But we saw another low-scoring game with Tech winning 68-64. But this is going to be by far the best defensive performance in our opening round on the women's side.
Bozier gets to step out. Another senior getting some applause and recognition from the fans. Jones' second free throw, no good. Nice block. Well, there's still a little bit to play for here. Pass goes ahead to Rachel Wilson, freshman from Jonesboro. Is checked in for Henderson State as we recognize the seniors going out. Got to recognize the freshmen coming in.
Maddie Nichols checking in for Henderson there.
I'm sitting here looking at the reading glasses that my wife has made me take along.
It wasn't that. It was
notice where they're not right now.
Look.
That would be on my head.
Look, you were 32 seconds away from a perfect day. So, I mean, can't do it every day.
Free throw no good. Still a second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. And we're winding down day number 2. Michael, really, it's been a weekend of first so far, but we've seen some good basketball. Henderson State, just the better team tonight. And I guess for the season, the better team is they'll win 3 times. But getting the advantage of the rivals here in Bartlesville. The audience stands. They applaud the They applaud the effort of the Reddies, and rightfully so. Corey Bullard and Morgan Miller step off the court for the final time for Ouachita. This one's in the books, 66-50 the final. Henderson State will come out on top in this one. So that brings us to tomorrow, and Paul Smith is going to wrap up our coverage of the GAC tournament here tonight, as in just a moment we'll have an opportunity to hear who's going to be playing tomorrow and when. 2 men's games and 2 women's games. And Paul, from courtside, as the Ouachita team walks past you, go ahead and let us know what's going to be happening.
Yes, tomorrow we've got a full day of semifinal matchups here on Saturday starting at noon. On the men's side, it'll be Southern Nazarene, the top seed, against Southeastern Oklahoma. They are the number 4 seed. That game at noon. Then at 2:15, it is a 2-6 matchup on the men's side. Northwestern Oklahoma against Arkansas Monticello. We'll switch gears to the women in the evening. 5:45, it'll be top-seeded Southwestern Oklahoma and 4-seeded Harding. Then our nightcap will be 8 p.m. Your victorious Henderson State Reddies will go up against the 2nd seed, Arkansas Tech. 4 good games for you tomorrow. We've had 2 good days so far. We're looking forward to closing with a couple of great days here in Bartlesville. For my broadcast partners, Joey McWilliams and Michael Westbrook, I'm Paul Smith from Bartlesville, Oklahoma. So long until we meet again.